Isn't it amazing that an entire oak tree is sleeping in the tiniest acorn? Like the acorn, we must be fed and nourished, awakened and enlightened to grow, mature, and find our way. When I meet my students' parents in September, I ask, what do you want for your children? What do you want them to leave this classroom knowing, thinking, doing, and being? They offer their sincere hopes, and I make a promise to do everything I possibly can to guide their children on the journey to fulfill these dreams. As educators, that's what we do. Our intentions are pure and true. We envision the healthy oak tree making its way from seed to sapling and beyond. But we encounter obstacles that often make it difficult for the seeds to sprout. Many students enter class the first day of school with heads down, little energy, and no motivation to begin a new academic year. They're sad, they're angry, they are disconnected, they feel lost. Yet we as teachers are expected to trudge ahead with the curricular focus, adhering to prescribed guidelines and timetables, knowing that this does not serve the best interest of the children in our charge. We must connect with them, establish trust, and foster genuine relationships in order to provide what they really need. If we don't, we crush the hopes, dreams, and possibilities of a bright future for so many of our young people at their earliest stages of growth. We cannot change the extenuating circumstances our students face in their lives outside of school, but we can and must think about what we do in school and how we can be part of the solution. School systems around the globe struggle to educate students in a way that will produce responsible, empathetic, resilient problem solvers who enter the workforce and make the world a better place. It's what we all want, but don't achieve. The universal focus is short-sighted and misaligned. Where is the deep meaning in what we offer our students? Many times, curriculum is delivered in isolation, detached and unengaging, intended to prepare students for testing, but not relating to real life. In many classrooms, little that students are asked to do makes sense to them or connects them to something meaningful. They ask, why am I learning this? And when the content is far too difficult to understand, they turn away from instruction, the teacher, and the academic institution. They give up. School is not for them. Our marginalized populations are especially vulnerable to this fate. We must focus on the purpose and process of learning, and the content must connect the learner to his world and to life beyond the classroom. How do we unleash the potential of the individual student and get to the real learning? We can see what gets in the way, but what feeds the acorn? We should engage our students in ways that ignite a passion for learning, that enable them to turn on and tune in to life inside the classroom and out in the world. Authentic experiences lead to meaningful learning. When there's a desire to learn or a true need to learn something, we're motivated to learn it. Presenting curriculum for a real-life purpose just makes sense. Why am I here? What is my purpose? Not only do students feel this way in school, many teachers do as well. Helpless, hopeless, apathetic. Helping students find their purpose is necessary in promoting social and emotional growth. 8-year-old Abigail had so much going on inside her. She needed an outlet to express her internal struggles. During a writing session, when we were exploring the meaning of longing, Abigail wrote these words and shared them with her class. Longing is me heartbroken. It's as if I'm up in the sky and my tears make rain. I flood the world. My heart has a big hole in it, and I do not have a lot of good times to fill it up. All my crying makes the hole bigger and bigger. I fall and never get back up. In that moment of sharing, Abigail realized that others felt the same way, that she was not alone. Her writing encouraged the rest of the class to share their personal stories of sorrow and longing. We need to change our way of thinking about teaching and learning. We need to inspire our students by offering a meaningful path to learning through real-world contexts. Creating an original opera is one way to accomplish this. Students spend an entire school year making their own opera. This creation process serves as an authentic vehicle to teach academic, social, and emotional skills. Students form a production company. They apply, audition, and work in jobs equivalent to their adult counterparts in the real world to produce a collective goal, the opera. Students are the proprietors of their learning. Solving real-life problems on a daily basis, they make decisions that affect not only the opera process, but their learning for the rest of their lives. Nothing is contrived or simulated. This is real life. Abigail wrote about longing because it was the theme of the opera, a theme determined by her class, the opera company, as they explored what was really important to them as a group. There was so much loss in their lives that year. Around this theme, they formed a bond that enabled them to process their feelings and experiences. They named themselves Firestarters Kids Opera Company. They were the sparks of inspiration that would unite and start a huge fire to spread around the world and ignite others in an effort to better understand themselves from the inside out, just as they themselves were doing. Their original opera story, A Storm Inside, illuminated the struggles and triumphs from their own storms in life. Camilla was a performer in the opera company who, like everyone else, faced her own internal storm.
My storm inside. My head is burning. I'm spinning around. Lighting is burning me. 2 strings are pushing me. I don't know which way to go. I tried, but I couldn't understand. Flowers are dying. Blue turns into gray. My heart has no reason. I'm feeling guilty. Trees are falling. No paradise. I'm falling through the skies. I am so alone. I feel left out. First, I got up, then I go down. My storm, only mine. The mistakes I have done are all over me.
Camilla says, my heart has no reason. Going through daily social and emotional experiences with fellow company members helped Camilla process her storm inside and find her purpose for being. As a society, we are devastated by the growing number of children and teens who are affected by school dropout, depression, eating disorders, drugs, gangs, pregnancy, and suicide. Systemic racism and poverty, societal ills that significantly impact the human condition, greatly contribute to this broken system and to students' availability for learning. If we shift our thinking and how we approach education, we will be taking preventative measures to minimize the mental health crises and societal ills that manifest in our young people and plague us as a society. We need to give our students the tools and strategies needed for mental health wellness. These skills cannot be taught via textbook or curriculum manual, but must come from an authentic classroom culture where their application is required for learning to happen. Such skills give root to academic achievement and allow students to flourish. We're often afraid of storms, yet storms are necessary. Storms present unique opportunities to see the future. Wind and rain toss, turn, and scatter the seeds, the acorns, that will one day become giant oak trees. There is so much in our students' lives that they cannot control. We must give them the autonomy to drive their own academic, social, and emotional journey. There will be setbacks in life, but knowing that they can control their attitude, their effort, their perspective, and their approach to the difficulties they face makes a difference in the kind of people they will become as adults. As we come to understand ourselves better and recognize the barriers that constrain us, we begin to understand others as well. We must help our students sow the seeds that not only benefit themselves, but will also serve the greater good. Another class named themselves Let It Out Kids Opera Company. They realized there was so much going on inside them that needed to come out in order for them to grow. Their opera story revealed that need and what happens when we're unable to open up and let things out, and the result when we finally do let it out.
The other side of the canvas, no one sees. So turn it over, let it out, and see where it leads. Letting it out can make it better. It's okay to cry. It can change circumstances. Show the other side. The other side of the canvas, no one sees. So turn it over, let it out, and see where it leads. Letting it out can make it better. There's emotions we get stuck in. When we don't let it out, it hurts. Don't keep your feelings inside. If you do, no one will know the true you. What's on the other side? Listen to your heart. The other side of the canvas, no one sees. So turn it over, let it out, and see where it leads. Turn it over, let it out, and see where it leads.
This authentic learning experience serves as a vehicle to problem solve in real time. As you saw in the video, when students were confused in the song, performers and composers kept moving forward and eventually found their footing together so that the message would be delivered. Through reflection, we learn about ourselves. Our sense of confidence and courage build as we find our place within the group. We belong. We learn to speak and write freely, expressing ourselves as we discover our voices. We learn to make mistakes, to fall down, to persevere and push beyond our failed attempts and perceived limitations, knowing that making mistakes and accepting imperfections is real learning. We pick ourselves up and are ready for what is to come next. We are resilient. What we don't see in the video behind the canvas is the entire company working interdependently in their jobs with no adult help to bring the story to life. Nor do we see the hallway exhibition highlighting students' work over a 9-month period to show their process of learning. But it doesn't have to be opera. When learning comes to life and is connected to real-world experiences, students' academic, social, and emotional aptitudes integrate naturally and logically in the context of authentic work. No matter the vehicle, we must inspire curiosity, interest, and passion in our students as learners. When 7, 8, and 9-year-olds convey profound messages that seem way beyond their years, people listen. For the first time, students can feel, see, and understand a world beyond themselves, and empathy is born. So, we open the world to our students and give them access through relevant veritable experiences, and they are transformed by being part of something bigger than themselves. These are the production manager's final words to her company on the last day of school, June 12, 2015, Manuela. So today we say goodbye, for today is our last gathering as Harness the Stars Kids Opera Company. In the beginning, we had a rare spark that no other company had. Our intelligence came together and took us far beyond what we know. And finally, we've landed in a land where nothing is impossible. When we leave this class, we will plant a seed in someone else until we change the world together. Sooner or later, Miss McGinn will start hearing that Ryan solved cancer. Star stopped global warming, and Natanya is reducing CO2. Ms. McGinn will say, "These are my kids," in such proudness. We are expected to do good in the world. We need to show who we are in 4th grade. Don't let negative thoughts collide you, but let positive thoughts change your life. I leave you with this reflection by Tigist, a former student who is now 23 years old. Thank you.